Monday. I am at school, just about to go in. I finished up a Walmart shift. I only worked 3 hours today. We're obviously in the middle of summer and fall, so there's not that much coming in for new stuff, and there's not a lot to be doing, and that's fine. Got a little Jimmy John's and then I also stopped at Dunkin' to get that salted caramel cold brew that I'm currently obsessed with. But don't be worried, guys. Mochas at Caribou are $3 after 2 o'clock. When we're done here, we'll go get one of those too. Okay, so plans today, this social skills bulletin board. I swear half my caseload last year had social skills of some variety, and they either went to middle school or they moved. So this year I only have a couple, and their needs are not the same, so it'll just have to be individualized, which is fine. But last year I would just use this to track like where we were at and what we were working on for the entire group, and then like the Superflex hero that we were working with. And I don't need that this year anymore. And because this will be, you know, home of the oven, if it ever happens, and eventually cabinets, maybe, I am going to move this News to You board, which has been literally the same bulletin board for several years now. So basically, gonna keep the yellow, move the letters and my little sheet things. Might change the heading. News to You does a craft, a food, and a science every week, and then has the vocab that goes with it. And News to You is a part of the unique learning system, which also has a science and a recipe and a craft. So I think over here I'll just be for the News to You unit for the week, the science, the recipe, and the craft, and then the vocab that goes with it, and then also the vocab that goes with like the food. And then also the recipe that unique learning system has is usually only once a month, so I'm going to move that one over here too. So it'll be recipe, and then science and craft. I don't know, that just works with my brain. And often, I don't laminate things. Like this isn't laminated and it's lasted several years. If you laminate things, sometimes you get that glare, and I have the matte spray, but I don't always use it. And I don't think I'll have to laminate it, because generally the kids leave my bulletin boards alone. It's like the manipulatives and stuff that they're touching are the things that I need to laminate, because they can't help but like bend the cards or get a little taste of the paper. I don't know, kids are strange. And for those wondering, I got the Totally Tuna, which Jimmy John's has a really good tuna sub if you've never tried it. And then I love their brownie too. Granted, I could make my own brownies, but that's just easier. Okay, kind of popped over here and eating my sandwich at the same time. One thing, if you do have to get sheet protectors like this, I mean, I use it with my students, their names, so that they practice that every single day. But I started by buying these from Target. I don't know how much they are these days, but honestly, if you need these, get them on Amazon. Not only are they a little bit more durable, they have that fit little, what's that called, a grommet, so then you can like, you know, put it on your bulletin board easily, but also that you can just get them all in a solid black. Kids can fight over the colors, or maybe, you know, blue, purple, yellow. It doesn't really match the theme, so black it is. Anytime I have to do something with this bulletin board though, it just like makes my skin crawl, because it's like a weird felt, not even a felt, I don't know, a furry fabric, and it's just weird. I'm not a fan of it at all. So we're gonna go with a nice green, because everything else in here, blue, pink, yellow, I don't know, just a little pop of color, but not too irritating. Is it crooked a little bit? Yes. Is anyone gonna notice? No. There's a little bit of red still peeking through here that I'm gonna have to put some green on. But same thing on this side. I'm gonna start at the top and then just kind of angle it down, because this one is a little bit shorter than this one, and then I'll do another strip of green on the bottom. It's obviously just one for the border. It will not be enough. It's definitely not the prettiest bulletin board, but because it's a high traffic area and the garbage is generally here, it does get food splatter, so I don't care if it looks wretched on the bottom. And the pocket chart might even cover that. So schoolgirl style border on there, better than paper green. So this is from Target Dollar Spot last year. We do this every single day. I have the students do the calendar portion of News to You, and basically, you know, they pick the month, the day, decide like what the weather is outside, like if it's hot or it's cool, and then they have a little character they get to choose to dress up. You know, if it's cold up, they need a winter hat, that sort of thing. Even though we do it every single day, we still haven't gotten the hang of, you know, yesterday was the 12th, what day is next? It's March, the month of March. It has 31 days, like that sort of thing. The Jack Hartman, we literally sing those every single day. And well, it's a skill we're still working on. But my idea was to put this here, but you can see the green kind of blends through and it's not very visible. So I grabbed some chart paper. Since this whole corner is like a DIY situation, figured, you know what, why not just make more? If I like this, I'll staple it in more. Probably would have been smart to do like a tracing situation, but oh well. Got a little something on there, whatever. If I staple it, it's gonna be obvious that I cut some of that off. I really care. Oh, a lot of staples. I haven't honestly looked at the schedule that closely, but I think Meet the Teacher is Friday, September 1st, and then we would then start that Tuesday, because I think Monday is Labor Day, if I remember correctly. I can't even remember the last time on a Labor Day where I like truly enjoyed myself and I wasn't worrying about my classroom, but this is gonna be the year. Are you kidding me? What the heck, Monica? You are a smart one. This is gonna be the most arts and crafts bulletin board ever. Oh well, year 7 doesn't care. Let me just patch that up. I'm pretty sure it's going to be covered by something anyways, but I'm unbothered. So last year, this board was my math talk board, but I found that like once we talked about math, it was just there and kind of a waste of space. Whereas this bulletin board and this whiteboard are honestly just a place that we put a lot of student crafts and artwork, display, that sort of thing. So I'm going to make this my math talk board so that it's right next to the day. Because then once you've talked about it, like it can just stay there and it's not wasting valuable space. One annoying thing is though, my math talk I did with magnets. So it's like magnetic tape that you can buy from Amazon or Walmart, and I just cut it into pieces. And so that's all fine and dandy. But this, the day of the week, I think is what it says, I have magnets stuck on it, but I'm gonna be, I can probably, let's see, can I peel it off? Yeah, I can peel it off. So it is a good thing that I laminated these because I knew I was gonna be sticking magnets on them last year. So I'm going to peel all the magnets off and then figure out how I want to spell. I think it says day of the week, number of the day. I think it's number of the day, actually. That sounds better. Could have done the tape trick, but I honestly couldn't be bothered. It's fine. The number of the day then goes in the heart with a little Velcro dot. Right here, this isn't even gonna matter because that's where I said the word wall from Unique Learning was gonna go. I love a good plan. This one is not laminated. I'm really gonna try. Oh, it is laminated. I was thinking. Thank you, Pass Monica. But we'll still try not to rip this. There we go. I always try really hard to collect my staples because sometimes I've got some nibblers and it doesn't matter if it's an edible object or not. So the word wall itself is from Unique Learning System. That's from the summer unit that we were doing the last week of school. The math talk number of the day, I believe it's Rachel Burnett's unit. And then it does have like 10 frames and coins and stuff that go with the number. So like on day 25, you change the 24 pennies into a quarter. And I have that made and I have magnets on them. I just don't know where it is. Oh, is that it right there? I've definitely seen it. Nope, that's the smaller version, which I could have used. But Past Me printed this out for a reason. Why? Because in Number Corner, which is a universal gen ed curriculum that the students use, we talk about what day it is in school. Day of school correlates directly to what kindergarten, first, and second grade are doing, like basically every day. When I start talking about number of the day, they don't get what I'm saying. But days of school, they get it. That's why I printed these. I have to take those down. Whatever, we'll do it. There we go. So then, like, say it's the second day of school, the 2 would go here. 2 days of school. Amazing. Today is Friday, September 2nd. I really wish the month and the date were switched. Come on, Target. And then we would go through our word wall together. Yay! And talk about, you know, how many pennies is 2. Beautiful. I'm hoping that this stays for several years now. Like this writing bulletin board, all I do is I find the vocab for the month and I re-Velcro it on those little Velcro strips. Unique Learning System, print out what I need, put it in the little divider thingies. I am gonna fix this up, but probably next time. So stay tuned for that. And then obviously we're gonna do that next for News to You, which again, probably will not change ever because I'll always do News to You because it's a great curriculum that I really enjoy. And then these bulletin boards, you know, aren't gonna be here because there's gonna be an oven one day. So these are gonna go in this back corner on this blank wall. And actually, here's what I'm putting in there. I have like the classroom check it, the fix it forms, that sort of thing. Like, so if I'm going to have a chat about a student, about their behavior, come back here and that's where the bulletin board will be. And we can talk about like what zone they're in, if you do zones of regulation, or if that student's doing Superflex, like what could they have done instead? Again, I'm talking to a blank wall, but it's all individualized and depends on the student. But this will kind of be like where I'll take kids if I need to have a little chat. And then the display materials would be here. Because that's one thing I struggled with, like with being right there. Sometimes I'd be having like a group of kids there and I don't want to have a discussion smack dab in the front of the room. So one thing that drove me crazy about the News to You board when it was over there is I would make a point of when I was putting my vocabulary on, when I was using a push pin, that I would put it in the same hole. Well, sometimes I'm not the one putting the vocabulary on, depending on if I laminated it like the Friday before or the weekend, or if somebody else did it for me. And they didn't put it back in the hole because I'm sure they didn't think I was crazy enough to care about the little pinholes. But when you change it every single week, the holes get really big. So I actually bought this from Hobby Lobby for an entirely different reason last year, but it's been sitting in my little supply closet for the longest time, and I think it's going to be absolutely perfect. I'm going to do just a little strip right here for just the 4 vocabulary words that come from News to each week, and then I'm going to do a bigger one on the bottom right here for the more like food and unique learning system, like recipe specific ones. And the nice thing is a lot of them are the same. Once I have the vocabulary picture and the word spatula, I could just save it for the next time I need it. And then eventually it'll get to the point where I won't even need to print the utensils page. It'll just be printing like what the name of the food is and maybe if it's like an obscure ingredient you need. So this is sticky. Basically, it's a sticky corkboard strip. So I cut it, put it there, and it's gonna stay there forever because I'm gonna have to change the bulletin board if I ever want to take it down. And I'm not going to. Where's my scissors? Okay. Probably better to be safe than sorry, so we'll go. That's enough for 4. So we'll do that. And contact, as Laura DIY would say. Take this thing off. Voila! I didn't ever staple in the middle of this, but I know this is going to get a little crazy, so I should do a little stapling on top to make sure this corkboard strip doesn't start coming out on me. And then the bottom, so let's see, vocab's about that big, so we'll go, oh, we'll just, my arms aren't long enough to make that one seamless move. Get even. Ouch! Ooh, that kind of hurt. Good enough. Staple situation. This guy's falling off. Okay, 2 bulletin boards done. My garbage. So the yoga class I want to go to is at 4:30, so I'll probably stay for another hour or so. It's insane that it's saying smoke, because that's from, what, wildfires in Canada, I think? Okay, anyways, I didn't clean up my mess yet, like I said. I still haven't fully finished my coffee or my sandwich. So pretty much, I need to sort through the communication stuff. I need to sort through the behavior stuff. That's YMCA stuff. This is like half laminated and half not. This is from the whiteboard that rolls around. This is from the 5th grade classroom. So let's get distracted. This is the kind of stuff that if I'm in a classroom with a lot of students, so I had 6 at one time in 5th grade, I'll give them one of these if we're working on skip counting, and they can keep that on their desk. This is not 5th grade. But just as this is different things that I keep in the room, and they have either in their desk or they know where it is and they can go find it. So when we were talking about the written version of expanded form, they had one of these, those tricky old decimals. Yes, my beautiful handwriting, sorry, holding the phone the wrong way. Like this is estimating. So this whole bin was living in the 5th grade classroom, and the students would just go get it independently. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that, because I do have one 5th grader that could maybe benefit from that, but I don't really know. So again, it's just sitting there. So I mean, that's basically it. This random pile, YMCA, and a little bit of random behavior, communication, food stuff that needs a cupboard that hasn't come yet. I do need to sort through the coloring books, and I was going to make some copies for YMCA, and that bin I was going to take home and use for some of my floaties. I think we'll just start over here, finish my sandwich, and investigate this box. Okay, I'm going to go through these 3 drawers, what I actually want the drawers to be labeled, and then I'll do that at home and then end the vlog, because it's almost time to go to yoga. Whenever I last did this, I had charts, motivators, tasks, behavior management items, visuals, visual schedules, randomness, first then, social stories. So see if that still applies or if I want to change anything up. So like this one's easy. Social stories, first then charts, I have more, but they're in here. And then this one is going to be for like zones of regulation. So depending on the kid, I have different visuals that go with it. Like this student moved, so that's theirs, but I'll send it to their new school. Okay, so I did a little thing on Fonto. I think I know what I want to do, and I just took a picture and wrote over the top of it so I could remember which one was in the small drawers and which one was in that big one in the middle. So hoping for the best, I'm gonna grab my water and get out of here. So thank you guys so much for watching Classroom Setup Day 4, I believe. I'll see you guys on Friday.